What makes a car iconic? Is it the way it looks, the way it drives, or perhaps the impact it had on the industry? Well, today, we're diving into one of the greatest what-ifs in automotive history, the 1962 Studebaker Gran Turismo Hawk. While it didn't save the brand, it remains one of the most stunning achievements in American automotive design. And today, I'm going to tell you why this car deserves way more recognition than it gets. Now, most people think of luxury coupes from the 1960s, and the first names that come to mind are usually the Buick Riviera or the Ford Thunderbird. But did you know that the Gran Turismo Hawk actually came first? Yes, this car, from a nearly bankrupt company, created a luxury coupe that would set the stage for the industry. So, what made the Gran Turismo Hawk so special? Why is it such an overlooked gem in the world of classic cars? Let's take a journey through its history and the incredible design that almost no one remembers today. In the early 1960s, Studebaker was in a crisis. The company, once a major player in the American automotive scene, had fallen on hard times. After struggling to compete with the big three, Ford, GM, and Chrysler, Studebaker found itself on the brink of collapse. By the late 1950s, they were losing money fast, and new cars were just repurposed versions of their older designs. But the company wasn't ready to give up yet. They needed something extraordinary to create excitement and maybe, just maybe, keep them in the game. Enter the 1962 Studebaker Gran Turismo Hawk. Despite being cash-strapped and dealing with an aging lineup, Studebaker set out to create something fresh, something that could compete with the likes of the Thunderbird and the Riviera. This car was the brainchild of Sherwood Egbert, a man with a vision to revitalize the brand, and designer Brooks Stevens, who worked with an incredibly tight budget. In fact, the budget for the entire redesign was less than $50,000, pocket change in the world of auto manufacturing. But despite that, Stevens was able to pull off something remarkable. What's incredible is that he used the same body shell and chassis from previous Hawks, but transformed the car into something entirely new. He cleaned up the design, removing the excessive chrome and fins that had become outdated, and replaced them with sleek, clean lines that felt right at home in the 1960s. He added a more formal squared-off trunk and a European-influenced grille, along with a stunning interior that had a wood-grain panel and a new dashboard, giving it that sports car feel. It's hard to believe that a company on the brink of collapse could produce something so refined, but that's exactly what they did. The Gran Turismo Hawk was America's original luxury coupe, setting the standard for others like the Buick Riviera and the Ford Thunderbird that would follow. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Studebaker also offered a rare, supercharged R2 version of the Gran Turismo Hawk. These models, with their performance upgrades, were built to stand out in a crowded market of luxury cars. Yet today, very few people remember them. Sadly, the Gran Turismo Hawk couldn't save Studebaker. Despite its incredible design, the company couldn't keep up financially, and by December 1963, American production of the Gran Turismo Hawk ended. However, the legacy of this car lives on. It's a true testament to what can be achieved with limited resources and innovative thinking. So, why did this car never get the attention it deserved? Maybe it was the timing. Maybe it was because Studebaker's financial troubles were simply too overwhelming to overcome. But the Gran Turismo Hawk remains one of the great what-ifs in automotive history. What if Studebaker had the financial backing to truly develop this car into a mainstream success? What if they had survived long enough to continue making these incredible machines? We'll never know. But what we do know is that the Gran Turismo Hawk is one of the most beautiful American cars of the 1960s, created by a company making its last stand. Its elegant design and forward-thinking performance should have made it a household name in the luxury coupe market. Now, do you have any stories or experiences with the Studebaker Gran Turismo Hawk, especially the rare R2 models? If so, share them down below in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And as always, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I'll see you in the next video.